Hi guys, driving out here in the garden. Thought I would show you some of the tomato varieties that I'm growing this year, but I'm going to do them one at a time so that way you can see what they actually look like. This one is a sunrise sauce. It's a determinate tomato. It is a paste type tomato, and instead of red it is orange. And I've got one on the vine over here. And that's their color. I'm gonna let it go another day and see if I can get a deeper color out of it. But so far they've all been that color. You can see that they're a fairly small tomato. Both the tomato itself and the plant. The plant is about 3.5 feet tall by 3.5 feet round. For those trellises, right here I'm using the 3 posts with the connector between them, and that's been working pretty good. But because of their size, these would actually do really well with just the round cages. And I've not found too many tomatoes in which those round cages actually do much, but they would actually be really good for the sunrise sauce here. In terms of productivity, oh my goodness, these guys are just amazing. I am so impressed with how many tomatoes I am going to get. For such a small plant, this is just packed. Every single one of them. The only ones that aren't are the ones that I didn't trellis up properly. And even so, they're recovering and trying to set more fruit. But yeah, these guys are, for their size, they pack a lot of production into a small plant. And yeah, that's just, I'm impressed. So since my goal this year is sauces, I'm very pleased with that. For taste, this is actually it's a mild tomato. It's not very acidic, and it's not one of the tomatoes that punches you in the face going, tomato! It's not like that. It's a very subtle taste. I made it a cucumber tomato salad with these, and there was no tart anything. It was good. It's very good, but their flavor is mild. It's on the milder side. So if I made a sauce with just the sunrise tomatoes, it would be a very, I hate to say bland, but it would be a fairly bland sauce because, like I said, it's a mild flavor. So, but they're a very meaty tomato, so there's not a whole lot of juicy bits to them. I mean, the flesh is nicely juicy, but I mean, it's not a slicer tomato. So, and of the others, plum type or paste type tomatoes that I've tried, this one is a very solid meaty one, especially, I mean, considering its size. So I think it's going to make an excellent thickener for any sauces that I do make. It's going to take a lot of the acid out of the other sauces that I end up making because they are a low acid fruit. Another benefit of this particular variety that I've enjoying is that it's got a shorter growing season than pretty much most other tomatoes that I've got. This guy has in theory, a 60-day from germination to harvest, which no, I don't know, 2 months. No, they were planted in mid-March, and it is now August 1st, and I'm just now starting to get fruits on it. So I don't know what crack they were smoking to say 60 days, but it's not 60 days. It's more like 90 days. But they are giving me tomatoes far earlier than any other variety that I had, and the other varieties are claiming anywhere between 70 and 90 days. So yeah, take those numbers on that packet, which is what I planned this year's garden based around, and I've learned that those numbers are totally unreliable. So lesson learned for next year. But anyway, as far as these tomatoes go, I'm just loving them. I think these are going to be a staple for me, but if I do sauces, they're going to be a augment to a sauce and not the sole contributor of a sauce. So let me see here. This is a bigger guy, and you can see again they're fairly small, but you get lots of them. So yeah, very pleased with these guys. So far they've been very hardy. Like I said, this is the 1st of August, and as you can tell, I'm not big on trimming. Part of me is like, I want to leave as much vegetation on them as I can because I don't want sun scald. So let the plant protect itself with its own leaves. The only time I'll start trimming is when I start seeing issues with plants, like those guys have been seriously trimmed back because of issues. But these guys haven't had any issues at all. I've been pretty impressed. Now this is California, so they don't get watered on, they don't get hosed down. The watering system that's in them is direct root. So if you're in a climate that has rain, I don't know how they would do. But even so, they're starting to get a little something, but not whole much, considering this is the 1st of August and there's pretty much little to no action. But I'm starting to reach the point where I'm going to have to go in and start removing some here, but I'm starting to get harvest, so I kind of figure they're annuals, do what they're going to do, and then when they die off, I pull them out. Anyway, that is the Sunrise Sauce tomato mid-season here, or actually at the height of their growing season. So I would recommend them, but understand what I said about the fruit being mild and non-acidic, so which could be very helpful if you're looking for a sauce tomato that is non-acidic. So anyway, there you go. Y'all have fun in your gardens.